Hey everybody, so I'm back with another quick video for you guys. Today I'm going to read you guys a poem that I wrote myself in a second. But first I want to thank everybody that's been watching my videos so far. I've gotten some pretty great feedback from you guys, and the support is greatly appreciated. It's nice to know that I have supporters out there, and it's also nice to know that my messages are getting out there to people, and that's just a wonderful feeling. So, thank you guys for your support. It means everything to me, and I just wanted to let you guys know that. So, alrighty, moving on. So, what I wrote is a poem titled Reflection. And I wrote this poem a little bit ago, and I wrote it based off of my experiences that I had after I graduated high school, and I left home and moved out on the street basically, um, with some people that I thought were friends but weren't. It wasn't kind of like that. It was a little messy, and things got a little hectic, and I really let myself down, and turned into somebody that I wasn't, and it put me in a bad place, and it allowed some very bad things to happen to me, and I witnessed some very bad things um, happen to people I knew, and then I had some things, like I said, happen to me, and it just really brought me down, and it made me, after it was all over, it made me really reflect on life and to appreciate life, and having a good life, a good clean life, not one where I'm out here worrying that the cops are trying to come out and looking for me because they got an arrest warrant for me, or because of some drugs or a gun, or anything like that, or for killing somebody, things of that nature. Not watching over my shoulder all the time, or somebody putting a hit on me, or all kinds of things like that. um, it just made me feel really blessed to be where I am right now versus where I was back then. Because back then, I didn't have the support that I have now. Back then, I was kind of like ostracized by family and friends, or people that I thought were friends back then. Um, and now, years later, um, everybody is like in my face now, wanting to be friendly and all that kind of stuff. And it sometimes it kind of bewilders me, because I'm like, in my head, I think, is it genuine, or are they just doing this just for show? Because just 10 years ago, you were the one telling my mom to just throw me to the wolves and forget about me and let me crash and burn on my own. But now you're talking to me, calling me, telling me, "Oh, I love you so much. You're great, blah blah blah. You're doing so good. I'm so proud of you." And I just don't, sometimes I really start to question, because I just don't know what to think. It just, and it hurts. It really does hurt, especially coming from the family members that I thought had my back to the fullest. Hear them say some of the things that were told to me was pretty upsetting. Um, and I didn't say anything to nobody, but I know who said what and stuff like that, and I just keep it to myself. But in my head, in the back of my head, I'm always like, okay, I got to keep an eye on you because you're a flip flopper. You'll change at any second, based off of any event that takes place. You'll change whose side you on or whatever. And just as easily as you, my ally today, you could be my enemy tomorrow. So there's a lot of trust issues there. But anyway, let me go ahead and read the poem Reflection to you, and maybe you can kind of understand after I break it down a little bit better about why this kind of like touched me so much. And just let me know what you guys think about it. So I'm going to go ahead and read it now. And again, it's titled Reflection, and here we go. It says, 1 foot in front of the other, slowly I walk away. Things were never supposed to be this way. Mind spinning, heart broken, and tables turned. All I ever knew has been found to be untrue. Invisible as I walk on by, nobody notices why this girl cries. Tears, tears, and tears they flow. Oh no, this is not how I want to go. Leaving behind only questions and pain, nothing for nobody to gain. A piece of trash disposed of up under the earth. Death like this just doesn't quit. It builds and builds and throws a fit, just to get at least one more hit. Jammed up, jammed out, jammed down. Can't fit it all in every single time, so as to never get that perfect hit. Looking at your reflection, screaming, this is it. One main goal somewhat accomplished. This truly is a natural disaster. Ground breaking open, slipping through. Close it up, I'm finally through. As day turns to night and the earth reconnects, I close my eyes with nothing else to reflect. And that's the end. And if you just listen to that, you can hear some of the emotions throughout some of the words in the poem. It says, like what I put there, nobody notices that the girl is crying. Nobody sees that. People walking by and don't even notice that she's crying. I put that in there because while I was out on the streets and stuff, it was like none of my so-called friends could see that I was really going through a hard time. Like, I would be around them and it was like I was invisible to them. I had gotten some things stolen from me and stuff, so I had started kind of like looking a little dingy and stuff like that. And even coming around my friends who knew me and knew I was like one of the best dressers at our school and stuff, they still didn't, when they saw me and stuff, they still didn't pay attention that, hey, something's off about her, and it's not, I'm not blaming them, it's not their fault, and it's not their job to pick up on cues like that and stuff. But I just thought that, if they looked at me and like looked at me good, they would see that, hey, something is going on with her. But of course, nobody noticed it. I do think my mom did tell me, though, she had one of my friends come to her and tell her that I looked bad or something like that. I can't remember. I'm not sure, so I don't want to put words in nobody's mouth. But anyway, and it just, it really, it really touched me because I was struggling so hard, and I wanted nothing more than to go home after a while. But at that point, when I wanted to go home, there was no home no longer. And that was mainly due to me and a stupid decision that I made. And I messed that up for my mom. And I had to ask for forgiveness for that and plenty of other things. But, you know, it just, this point speaks to, also just her finally getting to a point where she is at her end. It seems like she's dying. She knows she's dying. And she's reflecting upon her whole life from, her little girl childhood to her age right now. And she's going through all of the things that, that she's been through throughout her life. And she's seeing where mistakes were made, or where people didn't notice things, or where she didn't really notice things, or where she got herself jammed up or whatever and couldn't get herself out of certain situations. And now she's put herself in this situation, and there's for certain no way that she can get out of this. She's brought this on herself, and she knows that this is it for her. Like, there's no going back. Like, she has literally hit the end of the road, and there's no coming back from this. And so she says, at the end, she said, I closed my eyes with nothing left to reflect. Um, and that's basically symbolizing her taking her last breath, and closing her eyes and dying, with nothing else left to reflect, because she's already reflected over her whole life and everything that she's done. And it wasn't that long, her life, so it didn't take long for her to do a reflection over everything. But she did go through quite a bit of stuff um, in the process of her reflecting over her life. But what's being left behind for her families is lots of questions and pain. They want to know things about her because, she left, she disappeared. They don't know what was going on, what was happening. Um, and she didn't know, what really was going on. She wasn't mature enough yet. You know what I'm saying? And um, I just really think that this poem reflection just speaks to me, because I do a lot of reflecting, and I know I'm not perfect, never have been. I don't claim to be perfect. Um, that's what I try to strive to be, or at least a semi good version for my children. And I have a long way to go. And part of that is trying to forgive myself for things that I have done in the past. And my past is marked with some pretty horrific things. And I just don't want my kids, Naija and Caden, to have to go through some of the same things that I went through. I don't want them to go down the same path that I went down. I want them to choose the better path, the right path, the path that's what's best for them. Um, And I want them to miss out on all of that bad stuff. You know, I want them to live their lives as teenagers and stuff like that, but I want them to skip out on all of the messiness stuff, skip out on those things. And I know I can't avoid that, but as a parent, you know, you try to keep your kids safe from things like that. Um, but I just want to set a good example for them. And to do that, you know, I've got to learn to forgive myself for the terrible things that happened while I was out there living on the streets after I graduated high school and stuff. Because, like I said, there were a lot of things that I did that I don't like to talk about. But as I keep sharing these videos and stuff, I will get more, you know, in depth about those things with you guys and stuff like that, so we can talk about those things. But I'm not just going to do it all in one day, because then what we have to talk about if I did that? Nothing, right? Um, but you know, it just some days it really gets to me. It really uh, weighs heavy on my heart, and for some reason today is just one of those days. You know, I just woke up really reflecting on myself and thinking about my kids. I think it has a lot to do with this being Black History Month, and me and my husband are doing a project with the kids every day. We're going over somebody in Black history, and we're having the kids research that person and then present that person back to us. And the kids, their answers and everything that they're talking about, they're motivated, they're excited about it and stuff. And to just see that type of passion inspires me. And so I guess that's where a little bit of uh, my emotions are coming from, with the fact that you know, the kids are inspiring me by how motivated they are by these Black history people. And it's making me, you know, want to be that good example again that I was talking about um, for them. But I hope you guys like the poem. I know this video was a little different. I didn't talk about any of my health situations, but I'm not going to always do that. Like I said at the very first video, I said I was going to read some poetry. Sometimes I might talk about a quote, a motivational quote I saw. Sometimes I might talk about a song, you know, on the radio, or lyrics, or a video, a music video or something. Like, it's going to be whatever topic I feel like talking about, you know, just something just to entertain you guys and to talk about my life and what's going on, and, you know, about my health situations, which currently my health is pretty okay right now. I'm not in a lupus flare. I haven't had a seizure in quite a while. So, right now I am doing pretty okay. Knock on wood for that, because I'm not trying to go down that road. Not right now. Got too much going on. Don't need anything getting in the way of that. But I hope that you guys continue to watch and listen and support me as I continue to be on this journey with this. And I hope that what I'm doing may inspire some of you to get out there and do the things that you would like to do. And remember, never getting out there is never too late. It's never too late to get out there and do what you want to do in life. And I'm living proof of that. Okay? So, I love you guys, and I'm going to see you on the next video. Please subscribe down to the link below. Remember, this is the K Squad, so I'm going to see you guys at the next video. All right, peace. by K Squad.